Hey ladies, what's up? Welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. I know it's been a while since I've done a video where I'm sitting here talking to you guys about something very informative. I should say, a lot of you guys are my new subscribers. Hi, welcome. This used to be called the Royal Palace, and I ended up changing my name to the Doramus Family because I was trying to change my content into a family channel. But honestly, I don't know where I'm going with this channel yet. But I'm glad that you guys are here and are sticking to it. I welcome you. My name is Passion. If it's your first time visiting, thank you for visiting my channel. Make sure you subscribe and join the family if you would like to see more of my content. I do talk about femininity, like I said, so you probably found me from one of my popular videos talking about femininity for Black women. But this video today is not about femininity, but it could be very helpful and encouraging for any woman that ever dealt with a bad heartbreak and trying to learn how to heal from it. Now, I'm going to be very transparent in this video, and I know I'm talking with my hands right now. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I'm going to be very transparent in this video, giving you guys personal experiences and how I overcome and still working on overcoming these things. Now, before the relationship that I'm in currently in now, before the ring, I was in 2 bad relationships. I think I have some videos talking about one of those breakups when I was the side chick. So I think I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you guys can check that video if you'd like to know about that story time, So this is not going to really be a story time video, but yet I'm going to be sharing my personal, challenges that I had to face when it comes to heartbreak. Now, heartbreak is not something easy, to get over. It could be challenging, it could be rough, and sometimes, if you don't heal properly from a bad relationship, that residue from that bad relationship can linger on into your new relationship. And speaking on my situation, when I was 18 years old, I moved out very young. I started off, I had to grow up very young and catch on very fast, and I was dealing with a man that was like, twice my senior. He was like 35 years old. I was 18. I was a baby. And I'm not gonna give you guys the full story of what happened there. I'm just gonna give you like a summary of what I dealt with. And he played with my mind. I was young, I was gullible, he manipulated me, and then coming to find out this man was engaged the entire relationship, and he lied about a lot of things. Like I said, just go watch the story time video if you want to know more about that story. And I didn't know my worth then, and he really tore me to the core, to the point where I had low self-esteem. He made me feel ugly. He made me feel like I wasn't doing my best. Like, he used to talk about, because I think I had just turned 19, and he tried to belittle me by saying that, oh, you're 19 years old, you got nothing going for yourself. I'm like, I'm still a child, I'm still learning. I was a full-time student in college. I had my own apartment and a full-time job. Only thing I didn't have was a car back then. But for him to even say that to me, and then when I used to try to wear makeup and make myself feel pretty, he used to talk bad about me, and it really hurt me to the core. And he tore me up to the point I was suicidal when he left me. And I don't want to really go into details, but I want to get there because I don't want this video to be all over the place. But I just want to give you like a little synopsis of what I went through. So yeah, anyway, he tore me up. He tore up my self-esteem. So now, after that relationship, I was a girl with a torn self-esteem. I didn't really want to rush into any other relationships. After that relationship, I did date other guys. And it was more than once. I became very promiscuous, and I'd be very transparent, and I have no shame about it. That's in my past now. I became very promiscuous with dealing with different men because, like I said, he tore down my self-esteem, and I had no confidence in myself. I didn't know my worth anymore as a woman, and I was just like, young girl living on my own, wanted to fill that void of lonely and emptiness. So I used to just try to fill it to different men. But though I didn't want a relationship with none of these guys, I was just using it for sex, so hey, I did it. Then I met this guy that I had just started working to my job that I currently work there now too. So yeah, anyway, I met this guy and we started dating, and we ended up getting serious. and it wasn't supposed to be serious. It was supposed to be fun, you know. And it ended up becoming something very serious. And I fell in love with him. He fell in love with me. But you know, long story short, he was trying to be with me and someone else. And in the midst of that, the other person got pregnant. And around that time that when she got pregnant, you know, it was very terrible. And it was like I was in a bad place. And it was like, not again. Like I've been I'm sorry, I had to catch my thoughts. I was rejected again, and I didn't like that feeling of rejection because I was doing everything this man wanted me to do. Like I cooked for him, cleaned for him, you know, I did everything that he wanted me to do. I was playing wife to somebody else's man again for the second time, and it tore me up, you know. And I don't think I healed from that one as fast as I did with the other guy, because with the first guy that I had got my first heartbroken from, you know, I just suppressed my feelings and I just slept around with men. That's what I did. But with this one, I was still like holding on to it. But in the midst of that, let me tell you how God is. Like in the midst of that, my now fiance, so to be husband, when I met him, it was in the midst of me going through the little chaos, and I didn't really want to be with him. I just wanted to be his friend. Actually, I met him through my promiscuous stage, and no, we didn't have sex, but I just wanted to just be his friend. Like I didn't want a relationship, like I stated before. I didn't want no relationship. I just wanted to be friends, you know. But nonetheless, I started dating this other guy at my job, and then it was a toxic relationship where the girl used to, you know, call my phone. She used to stalk me, keyed up my car, you know, and then the guy was playing mind games with me, telling me he loved me, telling me one thing, and then, you know, his action was showing different things. But yet, it was like I knew that our relationship wasn't going anywhere, but I was in denial. Like I was just like really hopeful that, you know, this could work out. But the thing is, y'all, I don't understand why I felt like this was gonna go somewhere when the only time I saw this man was out after work and inside of my bed. Like he was always in my bed. Every night though. But we never went on a date. We never really met each other's family. I met his son. That was the only person I really met. Because he did bring his son around me, but that was it. Like I never met his family, never met mine. We never got to that point, so I should have known it wasn't that serious. It's like a year of this back and forth with him, and I had to come to a point when I had to say enough was enough, because he had moved into a house, guys, and when he moved into this house, he did not want me to know where he lived at. I didn't understand because he had just bought a house, and I'm like, why he don't want me to know where he lived at? So y'all, I had got to the point when I had to know when enough was enough, because I found myself stalking this man, and I found out where he lived at. I parked outside his house, and guess who opened the door? His baby mother. She walked outside, and in that moment, I'm gonna be y'all don't think I'm crazy, but I wanted to run her over with my car. And that's when I knew it was getting bad. I'm like, why am I having these thoughts? You know, and it's a thin line between love and hate. And I hope y'all watched that movie with Martin Lawrence. And I ended up becoming that crazy woman in that moment. And I was like, you know what? This is not worth it. And he was lying to me, saying that he was living alone in his own house, but yet he did not want me to know where you live. And don't ask me how I found the address. You know, us women, when we get into a relationship with people and we really love them, and we just get detective mode, and that's what happened. And I ended up finding out, you know, where he lived at. So yeah, anyways, long story short, I saw her walk out the door, and I knew right then that was my answer. And you know what's crazy? I asked God, if it's time for me to let him go and leave this relationship, show me a sign. It was right there. It couldn't be no more perfect than what that was. That was like concrete evidence that yes, my daughter, it's time to move on. The Lord was telling me it's time to go. And I remember texting him, telling him I know where you live at. I told him his address. He got upset with me. He was like, oh, I'm done with you. And this is actually, we had stopped messing around for like 2 months, but I was still battling because I still had family there. But then I really felt like I was so tied to him, like, you know. And sometimes and soul ties is real, and I'm gonna do a video about soul ties. That is very real. And I was like connected to this man and really in love with him, and didn't understand why I was so just to him, and it was just crazy. So So I'm not gonna give y'all that full story. I think I'm gonna do a separate video telling y'all about this relationship, because this video is really about, you know, giving you guys transparent stories of what I've been through and pain I went through, and then give you guys my healing process. So through all of that, I had a man that was so persistent and wanted me so bad, and I kept denying him for 3 years. And I'm just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and see, you know, test the waters. Now the only regret I have with getting into my current relationship is not giving myself time to heal. And I would say this to any woman: don't jump into a relationship just because you're scared to be alone. It's okay to be single. It's okay to have time for yourself to heal. And I feel like I never gave myself that opportunity to heal. And if I could go back in time, I would have. The only reason why I didn't give myself that opportunity, not because I was afraid of being alone, but I was afraid that my husband now, my fiance / husband, whatever, we better be married in 2 months. I thought he was not gonna still be there or still wait on me. And I mean, he been waiting for 3 years, and I brought this up to him, and well, he said he was still waiting for me, but I just, at that moment, I was like, you a good man, and you know, the only thing he kept telling me, I just want to love you and take care of you. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Passion, what are you doing? This man loves you. He's been trying to get with you, and you keep, you know, denying him and breaking your own heart, you know. So and the enemy have a way of distracting us and trying to detour us, and it was a detour. And I mean, the guy that God had for me was knocking, but I wouldn't let him in. But anyway, so that's the reason why I didn't get my healing process, because I was afraid that I would have lost him. So I gave him a chance. But when I gave him a chance, it felt right. Like, it felt like perfect. Like, almost perfect. Like, it's supposed to happen like this. It's supposed to happen like it's supposed to. And like that first year, it took off a little pretty fast in the beginning. Like the first few months, I guess because we known each other for so long, we knew each other. Like, he met my dad before when we were friends. I met his dad before when we were friends. So it felt right. So it didn't feel rushed. And then around the time we got together in October, you know, November was coming, so I ended up going to meet his family for Thanksgiving, for the holiday, and that's why I knew it was real. I'm like, oh Lord, I met his family. And then in Christmas he spent time with my family. So it just, like, when I spent time with his family, I felt like I was supposed to be there. Like, I felt at home. And when I brought him around my dad and my mom, it felt right. Like, this is what's supposed to happen. And my dad loved him. My brothers loved him. You know, I'm the only girl, and I have 4 brothers. So it felt like it's supposed to happen. It felt right, and it felt rushed, and I was at peace, and I knew, okay, God, this is it. And I brought him to my church, and even when I brought him to church, it was like confirmation everywhere that this was supposed to happen. This was right, you know, and it felt good. And I'm just like, okay. And I've been running from this for how many years? I would have been married if I would have stopped and stopped playing. But, you know, there's a reason and there's a season for everything. Now, the reason why I feel like you should heal before you get into a relationship, because you will carry baggage into your current or your new relationship. And we had trials, y'all. And I don't really tell people my business, like far as friends. So I didn't really have much people to talk to in the midst of us going through our tests. Our first year was a rough year. And you know, it's funny because normally your first year in your relationship is the honeymoon stage. And I honestly feel like we're just now getting into our honeymoon stage, and we're almost 4 years in this thing. And the first year was the rough year because he was pretty much trying to love on an already broken woman. Now, 2 months ago, I was just breaking up with a toxic person, and then 2 months later, here I am with the man of my dreams. And yet I don't know how to love him because I'm so messed up. Like, I had no trust. I had trust issues. I had you know, I was insecure about a lot of stuff, fearful about, you know, fearful, and also had expectations and waiting for him to mess up. Like, I just knew he was gonna mess up. And he kept always saying that why you keep pushing me away, why are you waiting on me to mess up? And it's just because I was so accustomed to that, and I got used to that familiar spirit where, you know, I'm used to a guy using me, or you know, I'm second to another woman. I didn't know my worth, so I got so used to that. But in that process, through that whole year, honestly, I guess this is God's way of healing me. I healed through my fiance, and he was patient with me, still is, because I was a mess, y'all. I used to push this man away because I was self-sabotaging the relationship because I didn't want to get hurt, and it was almost like a defense mechanism, like I was just trying to protect myself, and in a sense, if you get what I mean. But it was like I couldn't help but love this man even more because he was proving to me that he didn't want to hurt me. So this is the only way I can better describe to you how I went through my healing to help you. Like I really didn't take notes to make this video, and this is straight from the dome, okay? Yeah, so for me to heal, it just took time and patience, and he was patient with me through that year. There were times where I was battling things from my past as a little girl, and then there was times where I was battling with my beauty. There was times when I was just battling with, you know, my self-esteem and just trying to find out who I am, like why. And I used to ask him, why me, like why you chose me? And he used to always tell me, because when I first met you, I knew you were my wife. Like I just knew you were gonna be my wife. And it's crazy. And then like it was just so hard for me, and I just started to push him away. But God, I thank him, and I thank my fiance for just being patient, you know, with me. And I'm still working on it. Like I'm not perfect now, but I feel like we came a long way, y'all. We came a long way. We really did. And then as my camera had died on me while I was talking to you guys. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about when before the camera died, but you know, I think I was talking about healing. Just take care of your mental health. I think I was saying that. Take care of your mental health and take care of yourself, and just take time to know how to love yourself. The most important thing in healing is knowing your worth, but knowing to love yourself first, because you can't love nobody if you don't love yourself. And learning how to love myself was very hard because I didn't love myself. I didn't even love my body, because when I went through that promiscuous stage where I was just having sex with men, even then I didn't really, I didn't really love myself. I really didn't. I didn't love myself. And you know, our body is a temple from God, and I don't know, I just really didn't love myself at all. Like y'all, if I tell you the type of men I used to mess with, Lord. Yeah, so love yourself, y'all, because I'm about to go another place. But yeah, love yourself, and just, you know, take time to just find yourself and learn how to heal, forgive your past. And when I say go get closure from your exes, I would say no. Closure won't help nothing. You will want that. I know as women, we are emotional beings, and we want that closure. We want to talk about what went wrong and why I'm not perfect or why I'm not the one for you. But honestly, it doesn't even matter at that point. You know, they didn't choose you. Just let it go. As hard as it sounds, it's just let it go. And for me, I remember I used to always try to search for answers and see why I'm not good enough, why I lack that. And I used to ask those questions like, why I can't get my own man? Why have to always be sharing my man? You know, what am I lacking in? My tips for you to heal from your relationship is give yourself time to love yourself, to forgive, you know, others, and just give yourself time to just enjoy being single and spend time with God and be intimate with God. If you become intimate with God, he says in his word, you know, if you seek him first, his kingdom and his righteousness, everything else will be added unto you. And just go ahead and continue to seek him, and God will continue to add things to your life if you seek him and if you know, spend time with God. So I did a lot of that through the time of my year of courting with my fiance now. I hope I got my point across in this video, and I just want to give you guys a part of, you know, what I've been through in relationships, and in return just teaching you guys how to just love yourself and look at me, I did it and I overcame it. Just make sure you take some time to just heal, and being single isn't that bad. And while you're in your single moments, you know, if you do feel lonely, just fill that void by having a hobby, and just, you know, learning how to be creative, and just learning how to love yourself, and just being a woman in your femininity, you know, just loving yourself. And then eventually that man will come and you'll be ready for him, because you'll be healed, and all that stuff in your past will not even interfere in your current relationship. I mean, I did it my way, but the way I did it worked for us eventually, because I mean, he really helped me get through that hurt. It was not fair to him, but he helped me. So yeah, if you guys have any questions though, relationship wise, femininity wise, or anything you want to talk about, just feel free to comment down in my comment section, and then, you know, we'll talk about it. Also, you guys can follow me on social media. I am very active on my social media, more than I am on my YouTube. My Instagram is Jamaican Doll 13_. You can follow me there. I do have Facebook, but that's personal, so I'm not gonna add that. But you can add me on Instagram if you would like to, you know, just keep up and just keep chatting up, you know, chat with me. Just go ahead and add me on Instagram. So yeah, that is about it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm going to see you guys in my next video, and I definitely want to come back with some more content, y'all. So y'all just stay tuned for anything new that I will be doing on my channel. So I thank you guys again for watching this video, and remember to just be blessed and be beautiful and just be you. Bye.